lot of subs. All right. Red-white Chandra. So this is kind of a mid-range control deck here. We've got Deafening Clarion, which I think this card is actually exceptionally good in this standard format right now. Not only is it good against aggressive decks for cleaning up the board early, but it's also reasonable against a lot of these Field of the Dead decks, especially the Scape Shift variations. We have a variety of other pieces of spot removal as cheap interaction, and then we've got a bunch of copies of Chandra's Regulator here, which lets us double up activations on our various Chandra Planeswalkers in this deck. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this one and see how it goes. If you click on your chat settings box, Dude Light, it should give you full control over which of your icons display. It looks like you currently have your Prime icon displaying, and you can only have 3 badges in any given chat. So if you're not familiar, you click this little icon here, and you can click Edit up here, and you can pick which of your different things and like your colors and stuff. So if you have different badges in my chat, you'll be able to pick here, etc. Presents are no longer selectable. Oh, weird. I wonder if they're updating or changing something. Oh, does the present go away if you haven't gifted a sub in X amount of days? That's stupid. I'm gonna send a message about that. That is not ideal. Thanks, dude. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not okay. Thanks, Dude Light. Yeah, I agree. The fact that the presents leave is stupid. So, I could just try and kill this now, but I have so much removal in my hand right now that I think I'm okay if they just counter some of these removal spells. If they want to burn counter spells on my shocks, I'm okay with that. And now I'm going to wait for this sabotage to resolve before I play this shock, because knowing that their creature is going to die could impact their decision of what they do with the Sinister Sabotage Surveil. Chandra's probably going to be pretty good against the basic island counterspells deck, though. 4 years. Almost 4 years. So, September 15th, my channel will have been partnered for 4 years. I think Trey is going to have the first castle. They're one of the OG subs from right when I got the button. And, what's it called? I think Tumos was another one. I have a list. I have a thing where I can check and look. I believe those names ring a bell. Clarion, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Do 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 do. No, it's an artistic adaptation. Clarion makes their cards gone, so there'll be peace when my opponent's creatures are gone. I know what the lyrics are, but I also know what I'm intending to sing. Thank you very much. Godsmith, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm playing the field deck tomorrow. We had a good set today. Feel like we made some good decisions. Ugh. Thunk.
Too hot for you.
So, I didn't -4 there because I didn't want to make a play assuming my opponent made a mistake. So the only reason for them to do that in response is because they have dive down and want to give me a chance to mess up. Getting a little sweaty over there. Sweaty, sweaty. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I could have -1. Yeah, that was probably the line.
You're playing with fire here.
That was probably the line. Alright, they didn't have the dive down, they just made a mistake. Got it.
It's better than having basically anything.
I mean, I may want to keep Mountains if Regulator comes up, but I'm using my mana every turn there, so I think it's important to just keep using my mana. Hey, Resdriel. Have these Bezo Bucks, I need my timeout. Thank you for the 3/4 of a year, I appreciate the support. So Fry's obviously great here. I think Binding's good. I think I just want as many ways as possible to take their wolves out of play. Now I think Lyra's pretty good here. I think she's fine. She blocks well. I guess she just gets tempoed by Unsummon. Maybe that makes her bad. Yeah, I guess maybe that makes her bad. I just want to pull my curve down a little bit. I guess Sarkhan's also pretty bad against Unsummon. I'd rather have one of these, probably. Alright, let's try it. This seems fine, right? Couple of cheap removal spells. Plenty of lands to cast whenever we draw. But I'm gonna explore some of their options here, it looks like. Sealer, right? Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if they have Aether Gust post board. Yeah, Cleansing Ray is kind of sweet in this sideboard. Destroy a vampire or enchantment. Kinda love it. Let me go ahead and kill this now while they're tapped out. Keep my health total high. How did Modern go this morning? The deck was a dumpster fire, but it was a fun dumpster fire. We played all 5 matches. I should have played the tap plan. I'm not playing Prison Realm this turn. I'm going to respond to this with the Triumph. And the reason why I'm responding to the Cutthroat is because this way if they have a 1 mana protection spell, the Cutthroat doesn't get bigger. Feeling a little dead here. I quest for the fabled sword in the sub. For legend states, he who can wield it becomes a mod of Hoaglandia. Thank you for the 6 months of support. I appreciate it, Fuji Blaze. Bring honor to your training sword. Think I just seen a removal spell here. We are in fact under 59 weeks until 3 minutes after rotates. It is a joyous occasion. Yeah, I agree, Marty. I agree. I agree. I did not update my frame. I'm real bad about that. What I really need to do is the next step in my magic frame changing tool is I should write a script that monitors my event log and updates my frame color automatically. This whole plebeian manually clicking on stuff to change my frame color is just not doing it for me. Full on tilt, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, and then we're going to want to prioritize holding mountains in my hand because Regulator can discard mountains but can't discard plains. Or dual lands that aren't mountains. Hey, Red Rodford, thank you for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I can't even connect my printer to my laptop. Are you a millennial then? I don't know if you qualify as a millennial in that case. How old are you? That's true too. I can't remember the last time I used a printer. You were born in 98. Does that make the cutoff? I don't think that makes the cutoff for a millennial. I'm pretty sure Gen Z. I'm pretty sure 98 puts you into Gen Z or X or whatever we're labeling them after. X is the Boom Echo. They're for millennials. Okay, good. There we go. Per Google, millennials are 81 to 96. I'd believe Google. Come on, trying to land here. That's not bad. Just kill their thing now. Huh? Yikes. Alright, well, I mean, on the off chance the deck full of counterspells doesn't have a counterspell here, the Settle the Wreckage will be really good. My first IT job was prepping for Y2K. How many lands are in this deck, by the way? 25. This deck's probably a land or two light. Yep. I think if you're trying to curve to 4, 5, 6 consistently, 26 is probably the line. And like this deck definitely has enough legendaries in it to justify a couple copies of Mobilized District. And with Chandra's Regulator to like loot away extra mountains, there's a lower cost associated with extra lands. Hey, Orzamil, thank you for the half of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Can this go to ride the party bus? Of course it can, Ace Tiger. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Leyline of Abundance, eh? Any news on stream plans for tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be going live about 10 after 8 Central Standard Time. Or maybe a little before, but we can't start playing games until 10 after 8. And I'm planning to stream on a 10-minute delay. And then how long I plan to stream for will be dictated by how well I do. When I'm playing some kind of ramp deck here with Leyline of Abundance. Although no ramp creatures yet to be seen. All I have to say about those Hagak numbers is the same people who told you Splinter Twin and Birthing Pod and Stoneforge Mystic remain too good for Modern thought it was an okay idea to print the card Hagak. So maybe, just maybe, we should sit down and say, we don't really know, and it's probably okay to try letting people play with these sweet cards again. Ah, yes, the old post-combat Nissa.
Together, we will prevail. Be wary.
Maybe they're using the mana from it anyways. Oh, it has Vigilance, right? Our lack of a real sweeper feels pretty bad. So, like, the fact that I don't have, like, a Deafening Clarion to draw to.
Stay back.
Or, sorry, Cleansing Nova to draw to.
Pyromancer. Exploded. Hope it's not too hot for you.
If I had to venture to guess, I'd assume matchups like what my opponent is currently playing are next to impossible for this deck. These are the types of matchups that pushed mid-range and control decks like this out of the format last season. They're matchups where we just don't have a good axis of interaction for what's it called? For beating mass manipulation. Steals damage to planeswalkers, right? I think I'm cutting the shocks here. These Legion Warbosses probably aren't actually good. They're gonna have a lot of blockers. Right.
Anyone need
We have kind of an aggressive draw.
No? Say hi to my fiery friends.
Chandra deals some damage pretty quickly here. They're not really doing much.
Don't worry. I brought company. Say hi to my fiery friends.
Someone asked when you cut Noxious Grasp, or sorry, Noxious Grasp, when you cut a land during boarding with your Arc Field. I'm cutting a land in most of the post-board matchups. Especially the aggressive matchups. Little Chandra is just like slowly ticking away. Little Chandra that could. Everyone that has Prime has Turbo. I don't think that's true. Because I thought Twitch Turbo doesn't give you ads on any channels. Yeah, Prime and Turbo are separate. Turbo is something you can pay for a global ad-free viewing experience. If you're someone who watches a lot of different channels and wants to just give Twitch money directly instead of the streamers you watch. Twitch Prime used to give you no ads, but Twitch was losing too much money on that because Twitch was still paying streamers for ads people with Prime weren't watching. So once upon a time, Prime came with Turbo and gave you an ad-free viewing experience all over Twitch, and they were losing too much money on that.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Oh yeah, I should keep a mountain for regular. That's a good idea. 7 lands is plenty. I don't know. I feel like most websites in 2019 that I feel like I need an ad blocker to make functional, I probably just don't want to be consuming their content anyways.
Witness the ties that bind us all. Rise, my elemental friend.
Feels pretty dead, man.
Happy right now.
So I think we're just gonna get run out of this. We don't really have a catch-up mechanic from here. Like, a lot of our catch-up mechanics are sweepers that clear creatures, and we don't have good answers in these colors to deal with planeswalkers. You're making a bunch of mana here for either another Finale or a Hydrate Crisis here, potentially. They have 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. Yeah, let's go ahead and peck it in. Is the game sound off? Sounds crunchy. I can give it a listen, but I haven't had that issue recently. One of the things that Twitch does is if you're having bandwidth issues on the device you're watching, a lot of the time, what's I going to say? A lot of the time, if you're having bandwidth issues, it downgrades the audio as the first thing. Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything you can do with this base to make it truly competitive. I feel like this deck just has a lot of really low quality cards in it, whether it's like Novice Pyromancer or Chandra's Triumph, and then like the controlling tools that we have aren't good enough to really take the game long against these other decks in the format, like the Field of the Dead decks. And then things like mass manipulation just go way far over the top of what we're doing. I feel like if I wanted to work on this, I would probably cut some of the cuter cards and get some Cleansing Novas in here. I'd probably figure out what Planeswalkers I wanted to play and then play more copies of those instead of a lot of random 1s and 2s. You probably want at least 1 or 2 more lands at a minimum with some more utility lands in the mana base, so that way you flood less often and you stumble less often, and when you flood, your lands do something. Let's roll on into some green-black Stompy up.